So the world is ever changing, right? And it's fastly changing, especially in today's economy where tech and e-commerce is pretty much running the landscape of things as far as sales and as far as consumers and where we spend our money here in the U.S. I think that within the next 10 to 20 years, that retail will be all but done. I think retail is dead, honestly. I think it's dead. Retail, as far as when it comes to going inside, listen, I can't remember the last time that I actually physically went to a store to buy clothes. Yes, I can. I take that back. It was my wedding. I went, me and my groomsmen, we all went and got our suits to get them tailored and altered. But before that, prior to that, I honestly do not remember the last time that I actually physically walked inside of a Macy's. I cannot remember the last time that I actually physically went to the store, got up and went to the store to look for clothes and to buy clothes. My wife doesn't even do it. She orders pretty much all of her stuff online. Let's check this video out before we continue.
Macy's presence in the ever-changing retail landscape about to get smaller. 150 stores are now on the chopping block.
Instead, Fox Eye's Sharon Crowley shows us the company CEO says it's going to focus and expand its higher-end Bloomingdale's and Bluemercury stores.
Macy's announcing plans to close 150 stores in the next few years, shuttering underperforming locations. At the same time, the retail giant is expanding its luxury businesses.
I don't think it's a good idea. Macy's makes a lot of money and it's a well-known place. I used to work for Macy's.
I think that's sad because for me it's like an iconic shop in New York, in the US, so it's really sad, I think.
Macy's owns Bloomingdale's and high-end beauty store chain Bluemercury. Macy's Incorporated now plans to open 45 new Bloomingdale's or Bluemercury stores in the next few years.
I think it means they're changing in order to have a more profitable business, not necessarily a larger one.
Mark DeMassimo is a marketing and advertising executive. He explains Macy's pivot toward luxury shopping.
I'm not surprised that they want to lean into Bloomingdale's because Bloomingdale's is doing a great job. The brand is getting stronger. They are a house where people walk in for the brands that they carry.
He says, like many retailers, Macy's felt competition from e-commerce, but he says the Herald Square staple has another problem.
The Macy's brand, along with the Macy's business, got caught in the middle with neither the value shoppers nor the luxury shoppers.
And Macy's corporate executives say customers do not need to worry. Just because they're reshaping their business model, leaning into luxury, the prices here at Macy's will not be going up. Sharon Crowley, Fox 5 News.
Yeah, so like I said, I think retail is dead, okay? Retail is on the way out. If you look across the landscape, especially if you if you frequent platforms like TikTok and Instagram, if you just take a broad scope of the landscape and look at what's happening out here, especially with the biggest consumer, the biggest species of consumers in the U.S., which is women. Women are the biggest consumers. Women are the ones that spend that money the most, okay? It's not up for debate. Facts over feelings, okay? Women are the consumers. And the way they're being marketed to now, they're being marketed to by other Instagram personalities, Instagram models, people who have large followings on TikTok, all of these social platforms. They're marketing e-commerce to women. They're marketing all the places that you can go and buy clothing from and articles of clothing from online. Online has replaced Macy's. E-commerce has replaced Macy's. That's why JCPenney's went out the door. Because going inside of the stores was largely becoming a hassle for people when they figure I can just look online and order whatever I want. And if I don't like it, I'm going to just send it back. It's what my wife does. I can't remember the last time my wife actually went inside of a mall. If I called her right now, she probably couldn't remember. She probably could not remember the last time she actually physically walked inside of a mall or a store to purchase an outfit or a piece of clothing or article of clothing. Why? Because e-commerce is taking over the game. That is the wave. That is the future, right? And especially when you switch over and when you talk about bigger brand names and household names from people that they trust or people that frequent, that already have, or that are already customers with that business, such as Amazon, right? Amazon has shoes, clothes, everything you want is right there. It's one stop. It's literally a one-stop shop. So my question is, why would I get up, drag myself out the house and go to Macy's when I can just pull up my phone, go on Amazon, type up whatever I want. I can put in the description of whatever I want, right? Pull it up on Amazon and it'll be here tomorrow. Why would I continue to go to the store, spend my gas, spend my time, right, to patronize these businesses when I can just go and likely get it for cheaper online through e-commerce? That is the wave. And if you go on social media, Instagram, TikTok, women, which is our major consumer, the major consumer is being marketed to by Instagram models and other people who have large platforms, and they're doing it through e-commerce, right? They're doing it through e-commerce. What's the name of the biggest, why can't I think of the name of the, Fashion Nova is one of the ones. And I'm pretty sure it's another one I can't think of, huge, that my wife orders from all the time. But these places have taken over the game. The e-commerce game is something that is not going away. It's only going to get better, and it's only going to become more household and more legit as years go by. I think that retail is done. I think that retail is out of here. Like I said, me personally, as a man, I can't remember the last time I got myself up and said, you know what, I'm going to go to the mall and see if I can go find a fit. Doesn't happen. Not anymore, not for me. Now, maybe for younger people, maybe there's still something there to market to them with. But I'm telling y'all, with Instagram, these models and these people that they hire to come in and be and market for them and market their products to women, they're killing the game. They're absolutely killing the game. They're absolutely killing the game. And Macy's stock is going to feel this. I don't know if you all have been invested. I don't know anyone who has invested in it or has been talking about investing in Macy's. But listen, the writing has been on the wall for quite some time. And you could have seen the writing on the wall, really honestly, a couple years ago. So I hope you've been shorting Macy's stock. It might be too late now. It might not be too late now, because with this news that they're closing over 150 stores over the course of the next couple of years, that stock is going to plummet from where it already is. Let's pull it up right here. Macy's stock is sitting at $18.41, y'all. $18.41. If you look at on the 5-year chart, they're down nearly 20. Nope, now it's over 25%. They're down 26% over the last 5 years. The writing has been on the wall for quite some time. If you just pay attention to the trends, if you pay attention to what's happening out here in the actual world, you knew that Macy's and all the retail places were in trouble back when the pandemic first hit. And I'm going to explain why. You see on the year chart, they're down nearly 12%. Year to date, down nearly 9%. Let's go and look at I want to look at the chart of retail sales across the U.S. to get a better scope and idea of what's happening out here. So it says retail sales in the United States increased 0.6% year over year in January of 2024. The lowest annual gain since the fall in May of 2020. Well, we know what happened in May of 2020. That was the pandemic era, right? following a downwardly revised 5.3% rise in December. Retail sales year over year in the United States averaged 4.81% from 1993 up until this year, 2024, reaching an all-time high of $52 or 52%, in April of 2021 and a record low of 19.80% in April of 2020. Again, we know what was happening around this time. Around 2020, we were dealing with the pandemic, right? So there was a drop in retail sales, of course, because people were staying indoors. There was the mandate that was countrywide, where everybody was, shopping online. E-commerce picked up, retail sales online picked up. That was huge. So retail sales actually in the stores went way down because nobody's coming inside the store, right? We're in a pandemic. After the pandemic and the mandate was lifted, well, you could expect exactly what happened. We got the surge, right? Everybody rushed back out to the malls. They're like, we're free, no more masks, no more. So we back outside. So everybody ran back to the stores. So you got a little uptick from that. You got a surge from that. But what's happening from that point on, especially coming to now, you have inflation. You have the taxes, right? You have all the prices on everything in the stores just going up as a result of the inflation, which means people and Americans have less money, especially women, because they don't know. Categorically, women are the worst with money. That's just, again, facts over feelings. So, when they have less money, all that binge shopping that they were doing, all of that is going to see a massive decrease because everything else is up and through the roof. Groceries is up through the roof, right? Just daily expenses, living is up. Your rent is up. Taxes on this house. So again, everything is up, which means it's going to have a domino effect on everything else, and retail is going to get cut first. It's going to be one of the first things to get cut. It's going to be one of the first things to get cut. So I think retail is on the way out, okay? At least in this form. I think the storefront model is going away. It's dying. There's proof of that. And if you are investing in Macy's, me personally, I would short it. But I don't play that game. I would just rather invest in my dividends and invest in, growth companies and value companies. But again, if you are invested in this or if you are following this, it's something to keep your eyes on. 150 stores to close for Macy's over the course of the next couple of years. They're saying, listen, we're going out of business. And he sugarcoated it. All right. Macy's would not be going out of business if they were still profitable, if they were still making tons of money hand over fist. Nobody closes a business. Nobody shuts down a business when it's doing absolutely great. I think we can all agree to that, right? This is common sense. This is not rocket science. Nobody is closing a business that is pulling in money hand over fist year after year after year. No, there's a trend that's happening here, and those sales are plummeting. Okay? They're losing money. And Macy's is no longer as profitable as it once was when everybody was coming and flocking to the stores to do all of their merchandise buying. That era has come to an end. So again, keep your eye on this, and I'll see you all in the next video. If you have Macy's stock, you might want to short it. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. You take my advice with a grain of salt. I'll see you on the next video.